Movies are an endless source of fashion inspiration. Today, I'm sharing one of my favorite all-time fashion movies, The Devil Wears Prada. It's all coming up next at Style at a Certain Age. Hi ladies, it's Beth. Thanks so much for stopping by today. And a very warm welcome if this is your first time visiting. Hit the subscription box down below and the notification bell so you don't miss any videos coming your way. This channel is dedicated to aging with grace, strength, and beauty. So like, share, and comment so the YouTube algorithm is happy and more women exactly like you who want to stay modern, fresh, and relevant will discover the content. But let's get into that Devil Wears Prada fashion video. Get excited! Part 2 of my Devil Wears Prada series starts right now, and we are taking a deep dive into the fashion that Miranda Priestly wore in this very iconic fashion movie. But I did want to just touch on a few things that really resonated with me after watching this movie again, and that is Miranda Priestly, who is a woman of a certain age in this movie, embraces her age with no qualms about it. And I think that that is just a wonderful statement for we women of a certain age to take note of. There was no Miranda wishing that she were younger. There is no Miranda trying to hide her age. There is no Miranda making bones about having to change her style in any shape or form. Because many times, women of a certain age, we think that we have to suddenly reinvent ourselves, or we have to change ourselves, or something isn't working because we're no longer 30-something. And this movie really just bashes that, and I say amen to that, because as you know, this channel really is dedicated to aging with grace, strength, and beauty. Younger is not better. Younger is younger. And there are two young characters in this movie that are absolutely amazing. And they're in their 20s. Wonderful age to be at. But it's also just as wonderful to be the age that we are now. And Miranda Priestly epitomizes that to a T. So we all just need to take note of that. Before we dig deep into the outfits that Miranda Priestly wore in this iconic movie, I just wanted to share just a few fun facts. And one is, it was a book, The Devil Wears Prada, written by Lauren Weisberger, and it really was loosely based on her time spent at Vogue as the assistant to Anna Wintour. Did you know that Anne Hathaway was not the first choice of the movie studio? No. They were bound and determined to give the role to Rachel McAdams, but she was bound and determined to say no, which she did. And Anne Hathaway, in the meantime, was lobbying hard for this role. She had recently completed 2 films with Disney, and that was The Princess Diaries, and she really wanted to make that transition to a mature actress, and she thought that this role would be absolutely perfect for her, which it was. but she was actually the 9th person in line for this role. So it really does go to show that perseverance pays off. And I mentioned briefly in my last video talking about the makeup that Patricia Field was the costume designer for Devil Wears Prada, and she was the costume designer for the wonderful series Sex and the City. She was actually nominated for an Academy Award, although she didn't win the Oscar. I believe it went to Marie Antoinette, which was a period timepiece. And Patricia even mentioned that it's very hard for a contemporary film and a very contemporary costume designer to win the Academy Award, because when you're going against pieces that have to be hand-stitched and are very intricate, not necessarily an even playing field. So I did think that was interesting. But she did do an amazing job, and I'm talking about Patricia Field, a fantastic job of recreating Miranda Priestly in a very powerful way, and in a way that reflected her age, as I briefly touched on, with no bones about it. And it's a very timeless wardrobe, but it's also a very fashion-forward wardrobe. And that's what I talk about nonstop here at Style at a Certain Age. And how Patricia Field managed to make a very simple, classic outfit into a very fashion-forward one was with very bold accessories. So that is jewelry, earrings, rings, necklaces, that's belts, shoes, handbags. Accessories are what are going to help you stay modern, fresh, and relevant. And that is a key that Patricia Field did with this movie. So let's remember that as we go forward as women of certain age, to stay modern and fresh, it's always about the accessories. And I did just want to briefly touch on Emily and Andy, because their style truly reflects their age. So they were a little bit trendier, they were a little bit bolder with their makeup. They were able to take risks where women of a certain age, we don't really need to, because our style has truly been solidified. So I think that's just worth mentioning too. So are you ready to get into those outfits? Let's go. Okay, the movie opens up with Miranda stepping out of her car with a gorgeous pair of Prada shoes, because the movie is Devil Wears Prada, and Prada really is predominantly featured all throughout the movie, as well as high couture brands like Valentino, and we also see Fendi. We see American designers Donna Karan and Bill Blass. So we do know that Miranda is editor-in-chief of Runway, which is basically loosely based on Vogue magazine. So she will have a very strong sense of style, and that is epitomized throughout the entire movie. Absolutely love the very first scene when she is coming in with her gorgeous coat and a big, huge Prada handbag with Prada logo splashed all over it. In 2006, this was a time when shoes had the platforms, very bold shoes, very big shoes, and bags were also very, very big. So you'll see that sprinkled throughout the movie. I chose not to have shoes that were as bold, so you will see a difference in the shoes that I selected and the handbags. But otherwise, I really tried to stay true to the outfits that Miranda wore. In the very first outfit, you'll see she is wearing a purple dress, and purple is typically associated with royalty. And Miranda is reigning supreme at Runway magazine. So I thought that was really a very powerful, really good choice for her to wear in the opening scene. But you'll also notice it's a very simple dress. It's a boat neck, it's a long sleeve, very, very nondescript. So there again, it falls into the timeless and classic category. But you will notice that she has a gorgeous ring on and earrings. So that really sets the stage for this dress, along with the shoes that she's wearing, and notice that she wears a belt. So you can see that accessories are truly key when it comes to making an outfit all your own. So I couldn't find a purple dress. I wish that I could, because that was a gorgeous shade of purple that Miranda wore in the opening scene. So I went with a burgundy dress. And again, it's a very simple dress. And I did notice that Miranda wears hose, and she typically wears dark hose or a sheer black hose. So I went with that. And I also picked a very chunky shoe. These are by Kate Spade and they're suede. So instead of a big Prada handbag, I have a beautiful burgundy suede handbag that I've had for several years. So I chose that, as well as some very bold jewelry from Frances Valentine. So notice the earrings and notice the ring, and that is truly to emulate what Miranda was wearing in the opening scene. Again, bold accessories that truly add personality and polish to a very timeless outfit. And the second outfit is the second day of the movie, and that is actually Andy's first day on the job. And when Miranda calls her in, they are doing a walkthrough for a photo shoot. So they're discussing different things like belts and, again, accessories. And Miranda is wearing, again, a very simple dress. It's a black dress, the little LBD that everyone has in their closet. But she jazzed it up with a sequined jacket. And it was a gold sequin jacket. And again, I think it's just showing just a little bit of that personality, a little bit of glitz and a little bit of glam with a very simple dress. Notice again, Miranda has a belt. I mean, this woman is a woman after my own heart because she wears a belt with everything, and I do too. So she jazzed it up with a belt, and it was a green belt. And I thought that was an interesting choice because we have gold, we have black, and then green thrown in too. Very simple earrings and then very bold necklaces that you would think perhaps wouldn't go with a glitzy jacket that Miranda is wearing, but it beautifully ties in. So I chose just a simple black dress. This is from Ralph Lauren. And then I went with a gold jacket from Frances Valentine. They have really fun accessories and jackets and just some cool handbags and shoes. I mean, this is a designer that's truly becoming a favorite of mine. So I didn't have the bold necklaces that Miranda did, so I tried to do my very best. So I have just a simple Tory Burch necklace, and so I wound it twice around my neck, and then I'm wearing a bolder, longer pendant necklace. And I found a gorgeous green belt that just gives it a little pizzazz, just like Miranda. I couldn't see the shoes that Miranda was wearing in the movie, so I just chose a pair of simple black pumps, pointy-toe pumps, to complete the outfit. And the third outfit that I picked from Miranda Priestley's wardrobe is a pinstripe suit. And I specifically picked this out because you will mostly see Miranda in dresses and skirts, which I thought was very interesting because it really shows she is not afraid to embrace her feminine side, even though she's a very powerful character. But I did love the pinstripe suit that she wore in the very famous scene about florals. And I loved the fact that she paired the pinstripe suit with a silk camisole. She has a gold silk camisole, and I couldn't find that, so I went with a lavender one. But it really is, again, something for us to take note of with fashion because a typical pinstripe suit would be paired with a typical white blouse. But again, since Miranda is very fashion forward, she picked the unexpected, and that is a camisole. Again, we see very bold jewelry. We see very chunky necklaces. Absolutely love that. And I wasn't able to see the shoes that she wore in this scene, so I'm guessing they're probably going to be an amazing pair of platform shoes. That was all the rage back then in 2006. But again, Miranda comes off very polished, very sophisticated, timeless, but fashion forward in a simple pinstripe suit. And the last outfit that I chose from Devil Wears Prada, and it might be my favorite outfit, although I don't know, I really like the pinstripe suit quite a bit. But the last outfit is in one of the last scenes. It's right before they go to Paris, and Miranda is wearing a leopard blouse and leather skirt. And I wasn't able to see what shoes that she chose for this outfit, so I just kind of winged it. But I didn't have the belt that Miranda had. She has a suede belt with a big, beautiful gold belt buckle. So I opted to go with a gold metallic belt. And that also helped me break up the leopard and the leather skirt because the shades were just a little off in my mind, but the belt really breaks it up, so you really don't notice that. And I decided to just go with a simple Coach handbag that I have in fall neutral colors that really tie back to the bold leopard blouse and the brown leather skirt. So Tory Burch shoes were what I chose because I thought a very square heel gave the outfit some substance, and all in all, it just really ties together and truly emulates the gorgeous outfit that Miranda Priestly wore when she's telling Andy that she's the one that gets to go to Paris, not Emily. I have to admit, even after 15 years, Devil Wears Prada has stood the test of time, especially the fashion. I hope you found a little inspiration. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Of course, leave a comment down below. I love to hear your thoughts. Other viewers love to hear your thoughts. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.